welcome to this week's episode of the Confidently You podcast. Thank you all so much, not only for joining me, for all the amazing feedback I keep getting. Keep your comments coming in, and please, you can do it. Like, share the message, share the podcast, share any episodes that you resonate with or you feel like might help someone. My main goal is to help as many women as possible, and by you sharing this podcast for free, costs no one nothing, you are helping your friends, family, colleagues and everyone that you know. So today's topic is from monkey brain to meditation, how I learned to sit still. It's going to be about mindset, stress management and finding your inner peace. So I used to be the person that said, I can't meditate, I've got monkey brain. I actually used to laugh at people doing it as well. I used to think it was silly. Now I meditate most days. Actually, I do meditate every day because I have a sleep meditation that I use nightly. And it's completely changed my outlook, my mindset, and so much. This is such a gift. And I think I'll say this a lot, but if out of every podcast episode I do, if you apply some of the stuff I tell you in this one, it can be life-changing. It will be life-changing. There's such a magic in stillness. And trust me, I'll come on to it, but I used to not be able to sit still. You'll probably say, but I can't sit still. I used to be you. This is about mental tools that actually work, not woo-woo, practical approaches to managing your mind. Even though I do love a bit of woo-woo, so there might be a bit of woo-woo in. But this isn't woo-woo. This is just listen, it's just neurological science. So my stressed out past, my gosh. If you knew me even a couple of years ago, you're probably like, Helen's just manic all the time, just constantly on. I never used to stop. I used to always be on the edge, always busy, always thinking, always doing. The thoughts were never ending. Just a loop of worry, planning, replaying, planning, thinking. Honestly, it's exhausting. My mind was just racing about everything and nothing. And then the physical symptoms were that I felt stressed from it, and then I'd end up in burnout. Put your hand up if you ever burnt out, because it's not a fun place to do. And it came down to what I believed and how I was acting and how I was managing my stress. Because everyone's got stress. Stress is natural. It's how we wake up in the morning. Cortisol is not this massive danger, red sign, keep out warning. If you've got cortisol, we need cortisol to survive. You wouldn't be alive if you didn't have cortisol. You just wouldn't wake up. That sounds a bit depressing, isn't it? And then fight or flight response is there to keep us alive in danger. It's part of who we are. Like with everything I teach you, you have to accept this is part of who you are, but you have to learn how to make it beneficial in your life. Chronic stress is negative. Chronic stress affects loads of aspects of your life negatively, including your health and well-being. Never mind your mindset and your mental health. If you have chronic stress, your heart is constantly in a position of high stress and it's working overtime. Just take a breath. I'm just going to do this with you now. And I do this with my clients sometimes when we'll get on a call. Or sometimes I'll be chatting to a potential new client and they're like, I'm late, I'm rushing around. And I just go, just stop. Whatever you do now, even if you're driving, keep your eyes open. If you're not driving, shut your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And sigh out the mouth. One more, let's go. Fill up the lungs and release. Release the shoulders. Much better. Sometimes it's about taking 3 deep breaths in the day. We don't do it enough. We go. You're running around. You've got busy life, busy job, kids, commitments. Just stop and breathe. Right, if you're still listening, great. If not, you weren't worthy of this next piece of nugget of advice. So how did I manage it badly? So obviously alcohol, you know my story with alcohol, drinking to take the edge off. Ooh, I've had a busy day, I'll just take the edge off of a drink. Well no, that actually makes your anxiety worse. Over-exercising, running to exhaustion, hit session after hit session after hit session to time myself out. Busyness, constantly staying busy, constantly feeling like I have to be busy to be successful. So I won't have time to think, but there's so much power in taking a break, and I'll talk about that later on. Control, trying to control everything around me to feel safe. Gosh, I used to be so controlling around everyone. If you knew me then, I do apologise because I was just so bossy and controlling. And avoiding the actual problem and couldn't sit with myself. I was the problem. My mind was the problem. That was all just distraction. So why nothing worked? All external solutions to internal problems. I never actually addressed my anxiety, I just masked it. Like putting plaster on a wound that needs stitches. The pattern, run from your feelings get louder. So my resistance to meditation, a friend suggested meditation. I was like, absolutely not. And I now what's funny is people say this back to me because I'm like, have you thought about meditation? And they go, and I used to say this as well. All right, this isn't me, judging anyone because I was you. I can't sit still. My brain doesn't work that way. That's for Zen people, not me. I don't have time. It's too woo-woo. But the real fear was sitting alone with my thoughts terrified me. It wasn't necessarily sitting alone, the thoughts terrified me. I just thought I couldn't do it. It's called a meditation practice. You do know that. Even the monks that do it for weeks on end in silent retreats are still practicing. It's a practice, and you'll practice until the day you die. Does that sound depressing? But it's true. So what changed? I first dipped my toe into meditation when I was in India. Gosh, she went to India. I was travelling on my own, and I met someone there, and he was like, you need to meditate. I think he just met me and was like, whoa, which most people did back then. And I was like, I can't do that. And then over time, when I moved back to the UK, I just started looking into it a bit more and trying different things and just dipping my toe in. And my first real dip into it was when I was feeling really, really anxious and overworked. And I must have met some different influences along my life to show me and guide the way. And I was listening to more podcasts and audiobooks about mindfulness and meditation. Gabby Bernstein, fantastic. The Universe Has Your Back is a fantastic book. If just listen to it, I love her. She's very feminine and she's very woo. But who cares? What's wrong with having a positive outlook and believing in stuff and manifesting? Because at the end of the day, all manifestation is dreaming and then working towards your dreams. That's all it is. But when you have it like written down or on your phone screensaver like I do, the pictures of your year, of what you want to achieve that year, the more you see it, actually see it in real life, your brain will start believing it's real and start working towards it. It's magic. It is magic, but it works. Your mind is such a strong tool. So I dipped my toe in meditation and I was trying different things, and then I just downloaded the Calm app. And for about 2 years, because like I said before, when I got sober, once I say I'm doing something, I've done it. 2 years I did the daily Calm. Every morning I'd get up and it's a 10-minute meditation and I just play it. Some days I don't even listen. Other days you have this full Zen out moment of it. So yeah, my first steps were downloading the app, pressing play and just sitting down. And sometimes my mind just races it, like monkey mind. Sometimes even now, it's still a practice. And you just start with little bits. There's some fantastic apps out there now, like the Balance app, which I used for a year. I think I got that free though then. Calm, there's one called Headspace. But now, to be honest with you, I just go on YouTube and put in like 5-minute abundance meditation or 5-minute stress relief, 10-minute stress relief. And once I started small, with no judgment and understanding, this is why the Calm app is really good, because they guide you through it and they teach you different techniques and they tell you like, it's okay if your mind wanders. The point is to bring it back. And they teach you different techniques, like there's breathing ones, there's ones where you listen to certain things. There's a really good one that I do to ground myself, especially when I'm out. My mind's racing, and it's 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can touch, 2 things you can taste, 1 thing you can smell. I think it's around that way. And it brings you just back into the present moment, because that's what meditation is. It's about being in the present. Planning, controlling, thinking, doing is about worrying, is about past and future. Whereas the more you live in the present, the more calm you'll be. I wish I could put into words how it feels to feel balanced and calm and present. It's euphoric. I think everyone should experience that, and it's not going to come overnight. So for a couple of years I did the 10-minute meditation, and it's not every time, but odd times I just started feeling this like space and peace, and it was like coming up for air. And then thoughts come back and it didn't matter. And then over time you learn to just, I still do get worried and overthink sometimes, because that's just my brain, but I'm a lot better now at quieting those thoughts. It's just turning the noise down on them and learning to let them brush past. And it's just been amazing. So yeah, like I said, now I'll do 5 to 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be 20 minutes, it doesn't have to be long ones. Different ones that I use, a body scan's a really good one. If you're struggling to get to sleep, put on a body scan meditation, and it just teaches you to go think about different areas of your body, and it just switches your mind off. Like I said, I go to sleep now with meditation, and that's massively helped me. Other ways that can help you that aren't meditation, because there are loads of different tools. I do recommend everyone tries it, and you can go to different events or do things where you go to. I went to the Buddhist Centre. I took Martin one day and got him to come, and we did a full day, and it was silent. We weren't allowed to speak, and after it, I just felt like I was in a cloud, in a bubble, because you were just so in the present moment. And I do definitely want to go do that again. But when I went to hot yoga the other week, they always do some meditation at the end. Then and I was just gone, just like you're not asleep, but you're not awake. It's just nothing. And for someone like me, from the moment I wake up in the morning, I've got a song in my head. I said this to Martin the other month. I was like, do you wake up with a song in your head? He was like, no, Helen. I was like, I do every day. As soon as probably quite annoying to a lot of you because you probably struggle to get up. As soon as I wake up before my alarm, but I do have a sunrise alarm clock, so the sunrise wakes me up. And I ping out of bed and that's it. Dum, on. Zoom, 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 zoom. And I have certain things in place now throughout my day to stop me from getting overwhelmed. Because the moment I wake up, I'm thinking, I'm at my desk. I wake up at 6, I'm at my desk for 7. So different things you can do is like breath work. A really good one if you're feeling stressed or anxious. All of these on your YouTube as well, you can get them for free. But box breathing is a really good one. So it's you inhale for 4 breaths. So like 1, 2, 3. Hold your breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold for 1, 2, 3, 4. So this calms your nervous system. Even doing it then, speaking it, but not actually doing it, calmed me instantly. I just felt listening to them, boom, off. This activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is your calming response. Don't ever do this while operating heavy machinery or driving, by the way, please. If any of you are driving your tractor, please pull over to do box breathing. Do 2 minutes worth, if that. Do 3 or 4 rounds. Nothing too much longer. You don't want to have this exaggerated breath for too long and then you just go back to normal shallow breaths. But top tips as well, when you're doing it, you don't have to sit with your legs crossed. I used to think that all meditation you have to sit with your legs crossed. I get pain when I cross my legs for too long, like an old lady. But I just sit on a chair and you think, just before you start, think, relax your forehead. Relax your face, don't smile, just like soft. Chin horizontal to the ground. And bring your shoulders up to your ear and then just relax them down. Just a sigh's good because it lets out that stress. And then you practice the box breathing. And if you're thinking, when do I use this? It's when you've got a spike of anxiety before stressful situations, going into a job interview, having a stressful call with your boss, if you're trouble sleeping. You can do it anywhere, anytime, and no one knows you're doing it. Unless you're like me and you breathe really heavy. I'll use it loads of different times in my life. If I'm feeling stressed or anxious, just really just calms you down. So if you want to pause this now and have a little practice, go for it. Another stress management tool that I use is journaling. So journaling, it became really popular in like, I do my journal. I don't do my journal. I do it to write down thoughts that are constantly, you'll find sometimes, especially a negative or worrying thought, it will just rattle around in your brain and it won't get out. Like when a song comes in your head and you can't get out your head, you have to go play it all the way through. That's how you get these constant negative thoughts out your head. You play it all the way through. Write it down. Write it down. Don't matter if it's gobbledygook. Keep it private, whatever it is. It's a really good tool to use just before bed as well to get all that junk out your head. Or if you wake up in the night, especially if you're a 2 to 3 o'clock waker-upper. That's your stress response. Have a notepad and pen by your bed. Do not go on your phone. The phone stimulates you. It wakes you up. Notepad and pen. Write it down. You'll never read it back. It's not like, dear diary, today I got up and I went for a walk and then, it's like, I'm really concerned about XYZ. This is bothering me at the minute. This is how I feel. And it works a treat. It just rewires your brain for positivity. So the morning pages, it can be the stream of consciousness and then it clears your mind. In an evening, what I do is gratitude journaling, and I have a gratitude journal. I get them for gifts most years for my birthday because it runs out on my birthday. And mine this year, and most years actually, the ones I really like are just like, it says Monday, and I write 3 things at least I'm grateful for. Now, when you first start doing this, you're like, what have I got to be grateful for? Or I can't think of anything. You are literally alive. You can say, I'm grateful for the roof over my head, the food in my fridge, my dog, my kid, my partner, the sunshine today, the rain, anything. Think small. When you are more grateful for the minute things, the big things seem bigger to be grateful for. Be thankful for everything in your life. Be grateful for every little aspect of your life. The more you do this, the more positive you will be, because you are rewiring your brain to be more positive. Then there's when like journaling, when an action sort of comes in. So then you can challenge it. But I don't mean like, oh, shut up, no, I can't think that thought. Just ask it why. Ask yourself why. Like I talked about in my sobriety episode, you've got your human, your adult, and your child, right? Your child's anxious, is worried. Mum, why are we doing this? What are we doing here? Your adult just goes, it's okay. Let's think of what's the worst that can happen. Let's think of things like play it out. Be rational. Anxiety is emotional, it's stressful, it's a child. A young child that's stressed and screaming in the supermarket. Now, you can either go up to that child and tell it to shut up and be quiet because everyone's watching, or you can go up to the child and go, what's wrong? Why are you crying? Why do you want a donut? You're not having one. Get in the car. Don't know why I said donut. So I use these tools, and everything I tell you, I do as well. So I always use things that work for me, but they work for everyone. That's why there's lots of different tools to use for stress relief. So movement as meditation. So it's not just for fitness, it's for mental health. My trail, oh my gosh, running. So I talked about in my sobriety journey, when I went to therapy, I felt I lost my spark, and then it came back a year and a half later. It came back when I started running. That's when my spark came back. That's why I love running so much now. I used to like running, then I lost my love for running, and then when I started again, the spark came back, that buzz, that energy, and now I just love it. Just going out for a run, and even when I'm going slow, sometimes now I listen to classical music when running. No, I'm not even kidding you. And just looking up at the trees, especially now if you listen to this now at the same time, it's autumn. And just taking it all in. Sometimes I run without headphones in. And then I had it on my last run on Sunday, and I've had it recently again, a couple of times recently, where you're running along and I forget I'm running. You're just in this flow state. Flow state is where you're just not thinking and you're just doing. And it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Walking without your phone. Every single morning, I take Una for a walk and I don't take my phone. Actually, at the minute, I've started taking my phone because Martin's not here, and in case anything happens, but I don't look at my phone. I don't get my phone out. I don't have any music in. I don't have anything in. I just walk. And that's how I start my day. I cannot look at my phone first thing in the morning because it would trigger me and send me on a spiral, no matter what I look at. As soon as I'm on my phone, I'm working, and that's it. I need to have that time to wake up, feel settled, and then after my morning walk, I'll come home, I'll make a cup of lemon and ginger tea, and that's how I start my day. This is as well about you finding what works for you. So the key with the movement is being present, like yoga's. This is why yoga's so good. It combines the breath, the movement, the mindfulness. You're in the moment. It's not just like, I love training, like I've just been to the gym now and lifted loads of weights. That wasn't mindful at all. That was like pumping some iron. Or, going on the Stairmaster and like, near enough killing myself. That's not mindful, but there are mindful activities you can do, and being out in nature. Speaking of nature, getting outside just for 10 minutes, grounding, bare feet on the grass. Just go outside, look up at some trees and take a deep breath. I cannot tell you how good that is for you. No phone, no anything. Just stop and breathe. Go look at a bush. Go somewhere and watch the birds flying around and take a moment to appreciate them. These are the little things that I never used to appreciate. Now everywhere I go, you see little things of beauty, of the world, of life around you. I'm sounding really woo now, but it's so true. The sounds, the smells, the sights engage the senses and being present. So being out in nature, the science actually does reduce your stress. Daily walk in nature, no phone out, not on your phone. I don't even need a podcast, or sometimes I'll listen to a walking music meditation because that'll help if I'm feeling really anxious and I need something extra. Setting boundaries. What? This is something I do with a lot of my one-to-one clients. So stress often comes from overcommitting and not protecting your energy. The amount of women that I help that put everyone else first and they're the bottom of the pile. It's literally, that should be my niche. Are you the bottom of the pile in your world? Yes. Right, come work with me because I'll help you. Learning to say no without guilt is phenomenal. It'll change your life. It's protecting time for rest, for yourself, and to do nothing. And I mean nothing. Not scrolling on your phone, not thinking about anything for work, nothing. You can have boundaries as well. Like, I was speaking to another client the other day about boundaries about with the partner. A partner constantly ringing her when he's at work and she was free. And he's probably doing it in like just to keep, because he misses her and being in contact, but it meant she couldn't get on with her life. And it doesn't mean that you don't love that person or care for that person, but having boundaries for someone to give you your space and time is so important as well. So for me, gosh, my phone's constantly on Do Not Disturb. Don't ring me because I won't answer. But I've set boundaries, and I have boundaries with work as well, because I used to not. I used to work 24/7. You could contact me anytime, day or night. But then if I don't take at least a day off a week, I will burn out. And then I'm not showing up for my clients, and then I hate it as well. You start resenting it. Whereas now I set boundaries. They're essential for your peace, and I will try to spend at least one day offline as well, because otherwise I'm at work. So here's some mindset shifts that changed everything for me. I went from control to acceptance. So my old mindset was need to control everything to feel safe, and it created massive stress because I can't control everything. Now I control what I can, but even then, I accept what I can't. Honestly, just letting go. Elsa said it best, just let it go. Let it go. Controlling everything, it just stresses you out. Life's a lot more fun when you're spontaneous as well. Like the massive difference in my life. But then something like, is it in your control? If it's not, let it go. I know it's hard sometimes, and I still do have to practice this, but so different. I went from perfectionism to progress. The all or nothing thinking just creates stress and paralysis. Progress over perfection is my mantra. Something is better than nothing. To be human is imperfect, to be learning, and it reduces pressure and increases action and peace. I went from worry about the future to living in the present moment. This is something I still have to practice as well, because your brain will automatically go there, but I just pulled it back in, just living in the present moment and what's happening right now in this moment. What can you control? I went from self-criticism to self-compassion. I went to looking after myself and kindness and treating myself with the love and care that I deserved instead of burning myself out. And I went from busy badge to rest is productive. I used to hate rest. This is partly, sorry if you're listening, Mum, but growing up, I don't think my mum necessarily, but definitely my dad, you always ask like, what you doing, what you doing, what you doing. It always felt like you had to be busy. My dad's a very busy person, but you don't. You like to just sit on the sofa a day and watch some telly. I can't actually do that all day. I have to like go for a run or a walk in the morning, and then I can have a lazy afternoon. But rest is productive. It's not lazy. Recovery, I literally just said lazy afternoon, but you know what I mean. Recovery is when growth happens. You can't pour from an empty cup if you're not resting and looking after yourself. You have permission to rest, do nothing, and just be. Productivity includes restoration. There's a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I said that the right way around. Stephen Covey. Famous mindset book. It's been around for about 50 years. And the last habit is sharpen the saw. If you don't take time to rest, you will not sharpen your saw. You'll just burn out. So finding my own inner peace. So what inner peace isn't? It isn't never feeling stressed, anxious or overwhelmed. It's not constant bliss or floating through life. If you're constantly happy, you'd never feel happy because that'd just be your norm. You have to have the wave, but the wave doesn't have to be a tidal wave. It's not never having problems because everyone's got problems. It's not being zen 24/7 because that's impossible. Peace doesn't mean absence of chaos. So what inner peace actually is knowing. It's your mindset and how your mind works. And it's knowing you can handle whatever comes along, having tools to managing stress when it arrives, but not just in the moment. You've preempted them. As in, like, you are constantly taking time for you and setting boundaries. This is a constant. It might sound a bit exhausting now, but it does become easy the more you practice it. Going back to centered when you know when you're off, when you spiral, having people around you to bounce off and share where you're at with and be open with, and then to pull you back down. Like Martin is literally my anchor and my best mate Fee, honestly. And we do it, but together we do it. Like Fee and I have a relationship where we tell each other stuff and bring each other back up. and listen to each other. And the same with Martin. I'm very blessed that I've got 2 people that I can just literally vent with, and they bring me back. Same with, actually, I need to mention Stella. So I even feel like my best mate, then I have my partner, and then I have Stella, who's my other fellow CEO, business bitch. Sorry, I just got to do bitch Stella, but she's my business bitch. And she's the one that brings me back down about business, and I do the same with her. So I've got this like circle of 3 people that really help me. It's really important to have people around you. And if you haven't got them yet, they're out there. You can find people that will fight your corner as much as you fight theirs. So it's not fighting reality, it's accepting what is while working towards what could be, and it's internal stability despite external chaos. I want to say that again. Internal stability despite external chaos. So my vision of peace, I still have stressful days, my gosh. I still get anxious sometimes, very rare. I can usually pick up on it now if I'm not getting enough sleep. I'm a mess. I never have more than 1 coffee anymore. I don't even have energy drinks anymore because it just sends me off. I still have racing thoughts. I've actually been really, really busy with business, and it's great in the past couple of weeks. Like Fit Girl Club, I've put a lot of work into it, time and effort, and it's really taking off. And I've got a lot on. An old me would have been feeling burnt out, but I'm not, because I'm managing it well, and I'm still taking that time off, and I manage my diary and don't overwhelm myself or overwork myself, and I have boundaries. I've got the tools now, and I don't spiral like I used to. And then, gosh, I'd spiral, and then I'd use alcohol and make it even worse. My foundation is self-awareness, self-compassion, and practice that grounds me. It's practice, not perfection. Some days it's calm. Some days I'll meditate and it's beautiful. Other days my brain goes bim, 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 all the way through. I've got multiple tools in my toolkit though. It's not just one. And this is what's important for you. Like little things like reading before bed. But the other night I went up to bed at like 7:30. You know, I go to bed at like 9, 9:30. And I was scrolling till 9. I was like, what are you doing? Get off your phone and get on your Kindle. But this is what I mean. It's a practice. It doesn't happen all the time, but I just have to bring myself back sometimes. Practical starting points for complete beginners. So don't try to do everything at once. Start with one thing and commit to at least a week. I'd say at least a month. Set yourself a goal to do either a 2-minute meditation, just breathing, that box breathing, or a 5-minute morning journal, a 10-minute daily walk out in nature with no distractions, box breathing when stressed, which you should use all the time anyway, or one boundary, say no. Sometimes I do this with my clients, and I'm like, this week you're going to say no to someone. They're like, no, I can't. I'm like, you just said no to me. Start small and consistent. Anchor each existing habit and be patient. Resistance is normal. You might be going, now, I haven't got time for that. I don't want to do that. Oh, that's not going to work for me. But if you don't try, you'll never know. And trust me, once you start doing these things, you actually have more time because you're actually resting more instead of being in this high state of anxious, underproductive energy. You know what it's like. You feel like you're on all the time, but you're not actually getting anything done. So underproductive. If I find myself having a day where I don't get much done, but I feel like I'm doing a lot, like doing sporadic all over, picking up different things on my phone, different things, I take some time off. That means I need time off. Sharpen the saw, come back, focus. Meditation apps are great. Books are fantastic. There's a book called The Power of Now, and if you haven't listened to it or read it, The Secret, and Gabby Bernstein's The Universe Has Your Back. Excellent books. You can look up breath work. There's Wim Hof, there's cold plunges. I did get into that a bit. It's not as popular now, is it? Remember, you don't need expensive courses or equipment. You just need to commit to a practice. You don't need to buy a fancy journal, girls. You can just have a notebook. Some of the fancy journals are a bit too much as well. They have too many questions in. I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered with that. I just want it simple. 3 things I'm grateful for each day. Done. I'm a basic bitch. I've said bitch twice today now though, but I am. So, key takeaways. Inner peace isn't absence of stress, it's knowing how to manage it. Meditation isn't about being perfect. It's practicing coming back to centre. Bring yourself back. You don't need to be zen or spiritual, just willing to try. Small daily practices create massive shifts over time. So I've told you where to go, what you're going to do. I was the person who said, I can't do that, I've got monkey brain. But if I can learn to do it, anyone can. Trust me. Your monkey brain doesn't disqualify you, it means that you actually need it more. Start small, smaller, teeny tiny, and be patient. Trust the process, and inner peace is available to you. You deserve peace, even with a busy life. Start small, stay consistent, progress over perfection, and I'll catch you next Wednesday.